I've never really been able to show off my collection to people because I don't really get around in circles around the area, and it's always just been private collecting. So I thought I would post it to YouTube and let some of you guys see my Star Wars collection. So here's my collection room. When I started out collecting, I would buy anything that I liked. So it would be modern, old, and then it eventually evolved into vintage only, and then it started being vintage with the box and vintage unopened. So you're going to see a large mix of things, including some new stuff, but the vintage is starting to take over. So I guess we'll start in this corner. These are some Power of the Force still carded. They're not too old, early 90s. I've got some limited edition watches that are pretty neat in there. One of the neater things that I like is inside of there. That's a troy ounce silver coin. Limited edition, if you actually look at the serial number, it's number 501, which is kind of cool, 501st. You know, cheap Hot Wheels things. I think that was a Eggo mail away plate at the time. That was actually flyers from a post office thing. They actually did these special edition stamps as well, this stamp sheet here. I was trying to get everything, but the post office wouldn't allow me to take the cardboard cutouts and the posters. They were instructed to throw them all away, so of course I got some of it, and then I was told I couldn't have any more. So I got a stack of flyers there. I got the cardboard box that the cutout came in, and the stamps. Here's my Dewback. He's incomplete, but he does have the box. Some of these were also childhood toys, so some of them are very heavily played with. All of these here in this case are vintage. That's one of my favorites. It's in really good shape. Even the box is in good shape. And then my B-Wing, which needs a good amount of new parts. This is more modern stuff. I do have some vintage belt buckles hanging out here. And that's modern. And also some newer stuff. And then back to vintage. I'm still looking for a new head that's not as yellowed. But I did replace his legs. They look great and not broken. Some of the stickers also need some work on him. I had the box of this toy, but I recently found that one. This is missing the glass still in the cockpit. I'm always on the hunt for parts, so if you guys know a good place to get them. That speeder bike right there is actually mint in the box, still sealed in the plastic, has never been opened. And if you look back there, I got a Snice Doodles Ribbo band still in the box. The box is in really bad shape, but never been opened. And Snow Speeder, he also has the box you can see there. And that is the Star Destroyer playset. Really good battle damaged X-Wing. That's one of my restorations. It's almost complete except for the stickers on the wings. And another original X-Wing, looking to still get a few parts for. I actually have the box to the Star Destroyer playset. You'll see it here later on. Some newer carded figures. You know, maybe eventually they'll be worth something, but they made stuff in such massive numbers that it's hard to get anything for them nowadays. This is also still some newer stuff hanging out. There's a little vintage tossed in here. Some carded Bendums, which are cheap little bendy toys. Some off the card, erasers, old magazines, stuff like that. Still sealed in the box. That's the original radio drama on cassette tape, I believe, for NPR. Pretty interested in what those sound like. Some newer stuff there. The curtains are vintage. Some other toys that I'm currently working on and taking apart. More newer stuff. My AT-AT, which I'm still looking for the main door, and the underchin guns, and then he is complete as well. This was actually a childhood one that was my older brother's toys. This Millennium Falcon is 100% complete, including the training ball, which is in here. If I carefully take this off, you can see it right there. And it's got all its parts and pieces, and very proud of this one. I used to have one as a kid, and I played with it so much it literally fell apart. Vintage action figure case right there. Ewok, Princess Kanisha, I believe. Records. And more records. And trading cards. These are all vintage cards. Obviously, I don't have all of them because there's a ton of them, but I got a pretty good amount. Been working on trying to get them all organized. These were some actually. These are from Topps as well. These large pictures. I believe I have another one possibly on the other side. Yeah. There we are. I'm not exactly sure what these are. They look like cereal box cutouts. I got them out of a box of a bunch of other old stuff that I found. They're just they're random pieces of paper with information on the back, but they're vintage, which is pretty cool. I also got some more carded figures up there. I have some vintage glasses there and some lunch boxes. These aren't the real valuable lunch boxes, but they're vintage as well. Some new episode 1 stuff there. That's a vintage cardboard cutout of Vader, an old board game right there. It's just in pieces, already had tons of holes in it, so I went ahead and just hung it up as decoration. These are my 12-inch dolls. My Boba Fett is 100% complete. So is Darth Vader and Jawa. Vintage gun there. Chewbacca's complete. Stormtrooper's complete. Obi-Wan is missing some stuff. And Han Solo is also missing some stuff. He's actually inside of his box. And so is Leia. She's inside of her box. And Luke. And they're all missing a few pieces here and there. I also have the box for Boba Fett and Chewbacca, Vader, and Stormtrooper. Some Hamilton plates, some vintage wallpaper right there. I think I have my, that's a remote control R2-D2 still in the box. And some porcelain figures. Up here is actually my original childhood Millennium Falcon, and it is pretty much missing just about every part you can think of. But I keep it for sentimental reasons. I played with that toy a lot. Some old frame posters I had there. This is the loose action figures that I have right now. I haven't really gotten into getting box action figures. Again, as my collection evolves, I've been getting more and more. Most of them in fairly decent shape. Some of them are kind of rough, but not bad. And I got a Rancor there. I saw the guy from Star Wars Collection down in Texas showing off one of those. You turn it and it plays a little movie. Star Wars van missing some pieces. The wheels no longer work on it. That's Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. It's in pretty bad shape. I'm still working on restoring that. And there's a box to my X-Wing fighter that I need parts for. Imperial Attack Base with the box that is complete. That's got all its pieces. Some old Ben Cooper masks. I don't think they're extremely valuable, but there they are. And that's actually the box to the Star Destroyer playset behind me. I have some old Taco Bell cups. And most of this is modern stuff as well. There's a Jabba with no arms snuck in there. And then, you know, all the book series that worked on reading most of them. And some old VHS. I don't believe I have a copy of the Unaltered. It's possible. I don't think so though. This one was mid. Where are we at? No. This one could be. This one could be legit. But I'm afraid to put it in a VCR and see if it's been altered or not, because I don't want the VCR to eat the tape. Look, and I'm dropping stuff. And I believe y'all saw this, some episode 1 stuff. That's about it. I got a really cool rug sitting right there. And so there it is. Any comments would be great. I'd love to hear if you see some good stuff that I'm not quite sure that it's that valuable. I mean, I know I got some valuable stuff here, but like I said, I don't conversate on the internet very much, and most of the stuff I don't like to buy off of eBay. I like to go out and find it and hunt it down and go to antique shops and stuff. So there's some really good ones here where I live. There's some really good ones in Virginia Beach, which is about 4 hours away. And there it is. That's my Star Wars collection. Thank y'all for watching.